Champions fam? It's the bad guy, a WWE Champion Zeke 4-0, back with a brand new video, and this is a special edition of Quality of Life Roster Changers, because this character has been in the game since the very beginning. No lie, way back, like wave caps, before we have what we have now, known as the concept that is Summer of Champions, where the community takes polls on the portal, then the favorites make it into the game. One is a free to play, the others is chases. They might come with moments, they might come with gears. Way back in the day, the good old folks over at Scopely and WWE Champions decided, hey, let's get some community interaction. So they asked the people, who would you like to see come into the game? So there were a couple of characters that were brought up. And so they launched these matches inside the game. Whichever character got the most matches dictated who was going to be released and given out to the people first. So we had a couple of picks. We had Attitude Era Striker Sting, the Icon. We had Showboat legend Andre the Giant, the Irresistible Force. We also had Seth Rollins, the Undisputed Future, if I recall correctly. But last and certainly not least, we had Attitude Era Striker Stone Cold Steve Austin, Austin 3:16. Talk about your Bible verses. Talk about John 3:16. Well, Austin 3:16 just says, I whoop your ass. This man embodied and encompassed an entire era, similar to the late Hulk Hogan. Professional wrestling, sports entertainment, if you will, would not be where it is today if it wasn't for the blood, sweat, tears, neck injuries, countless trips up and down the road, multiple doctor visits. We wouldn't be where we were, where we are, and where we've been if it were not for what this man, Stone Cold Steve Austin, did for the business. And he was one of those characters. Sadly, he did not get picked. And had we known what we know now, because this was long before trainer abilities, everybody ended up going in on Andre the Giant because it's Andre. Real legends and real fans know. So it made sense for Andre to come into the game. But the one that was right behind him was Stone Cold Steve Austin. But realistically, had we known what we known, everyone would have voted for Icon Sting, because back then, MP trainers weren't a thing, and Sting the Icon was the +4 red MP. But I'm getting the backtrack. I digress. The reality of it is this man has been in the game for 9 years. But for a lot of those years, he was not good at all. His moveset did not make sense. He was high charge moves. There was no flow. There was no aesthetic at all. But then WWE Champions and the good old the good old folks over at Scopely decided to say, hey, let's go ahead and start reworking some old characters and making them viable. Stone Cold is a household name. That is a brand in all of wrestling. And they decided, let's go ahead and take the Texas Rattlesnake and make him into a true freaking Black Mamba, because the rework that they did, the first ever rework in a sense, right? Because there was a mess up with the numbers or what have you. The first all fluent, authentic rework of a character came with Striker Austin, and no lie, ever since then, he has turned into one of the best assets for any account. I'm giving him his flowers now because, no lie, this guy does not take that much to use. He is free to play accessible, meaning, look, if you spend money, you're going to pick him up. If you do enough key pulls, you're going to pick him up. You're going to be able to get enough shards of him. He is self-efficient. What I mean by that is he is such a common character because of his shard rarity. You can literally just have him sitting at 3-star gold, 4-star bronze, 5-star silver. And long story short of it, you're going to end up, as if you do pulls in this game, which I'm sure you are, you're going to accumulate enough shards of him to not only take him all the way up to 6-star gold, you'll have enough shards of him so you can go ahead and max out all his moves and save your TP. Quality of life all the way around. He has an amazing trainer ability. He buffs submissions. I know some people don't like submissions, but 100% submission damage per turn is absolutely immaculate, especially when you got so many different combinations of submission and MP, submissions and turns, damage, so on and so forth. There's a plethora of concoctions here. His links, they are some mediocre links depending on who you are. The Alliance link, we got the Dude Love and Stone Cold link. We got the two-man power trip and the Attitude Era. But he also has a plethora of gears. He has multiple gears that are all absolutely free. You can get them all from the Armory loot. The only one that would be the biggest chase, realistically, if you want to call it that, is probably a Santa gear. But the gear works as such. Obviously, each gear unlocks an ability. Doesn't matter which one you get first, it's going to unlock the first ability. His submission lasts for 3 more turns. His submission does more damage. So he basically has a built-in entourage ability with his gear. And then lastly, his final gear allows him to get the yellow gem damage for 100%. So they're telling you the ways that Stone Cold needs to be ran after this rework. You're either running a sub or you're going to be going ahead and doing some damage with the yellow. And we're going to cover all of that here. He does have amazing moments. Now, this is a moment that I feel that everyone's going to get. This is a moment I feel that over time you should work on and invest on because it's going to benefit a lot of characters. But more specifically, if you have to use them for CSS. But no lie, all the characters that are basically on here, aside from Showboat Mankind, Showboat Austin, and Mark Henry, realistically, everything else on here is good to go. Hogan might be the biggest grab here, Santa Hogan and Powerhouse Hogan realistically, but everybody else that's on this Tribute to the Troops moment is basically free. You're going to pick these people up. Mankind just got a rework. Veteran Salute Cena just got a rework. Austin had a rework. Santa Hogan comes through on Christmas, do Christmas time. You're going to be able to pick him up. And if you do spend money, you're going to end up pulling Hogan at some point or another. But this is a moment that definitely helps him out, generating more gems, color gem damage, move damage, and even a niche faction boss benefit for reinforced botch gem damage and bleed damage, because that bleed is critical. Aside from that, he does have other moments. Someone reached out to me in my past video on Becky Lynch. Back to business backs. Basically Showboat Beck, and they mentioned that I missed out on a moment. My apologies. I do know that Austin does have a moment, the beer bash moment. That's cool, but that's the one that's coming to mind that I don't have personally. But that's obviously a top tier moment if you're able to pick it up. But the Tributes to the Troops moment is one that everyone's going to have a better chance at getting. The other one is the Bret Hart versus Steve Austin moment at WrestleMania. There's 2 variants of this. This one was the free-to-play one accessible. Again, he's getting 25% more damage there. Leech gems here, because he does utilize the leech, is going to get 150% more damage. And then, of course, we have the Immortal moment. This was the moment that cost people, like, I believe, $120 to get, or even higher. And then next thing you know, they turned around and basically made this moment absolutely free. And looking at these characters, Undertaker Powerhouse, another character that just got a rework that's working a lot better. A lot of these people that you're going to pick up outside of Powerhouse Hogan, who I don't have, you're going to be pulling these people left and right. And yes, their abilities, you might look at it and be like, okay, where am I going to use this? It's all for Austin. Austin has gear. Austin has moments. Austin can use multiple plates. Austin can use multiple trainer and coaching ability setups and combos. Quality of life. He is a guy that you're going to be able to go and you can go wild hype for. You can pick him up in the hype pulls. You're going to be able to work with Austin. He's someone that's basically built into the game, similar to Powerhouse Roman Reigns, Showboat Rock, and Showboat Cena. These are guys that have been playing in WWE champions for 9 years. And now you're getting all these bells and whistles to take a character that's basically not 8, 9 years old and make them go toe to toe with some of the best characters that just recently released. Let's talk about it. So, again, this is another one where he's receiving less damage from all gems. He's doing 75% more gem damage. His moves are doing more damage. And that's all he needs. This dude is going to be a problem. So I'm going to show you how I'm running this guy. The first build that we're going to do is a sub build. Now, the sub build is real simple. It's triple black. And this is what I'm going to show you. You hit the bleed. You load up the sub, you do the sub, you load up the black. Either they're bleeding out, their MP's depleted, rinse and repeat. That's all you got to do here. And before anyone goes, I already see it. I don't have Apollo. I don't have Ray Phoenix. Let me talk to you. I'm going to show y'all so that way y'all can just have this rent free in your head. If you don't got Carmelo Hayes, okay, before people get mad, okay, you got a couple choices. Now you could use Armor King as a +2 to all the black. You could do that. You could use Hall of Fame Molly Holly. Hall of Fame Stacy's probably coming at one point in time. Black MP, health buff, gem damage buff. You could utilize her. You could go with Nikki Cross. You could go ahead and use +2 black with submission gem damage. Again, and he has his ability basically built into him with his gear. You could use that. You can use Xavier Woods strikers for your +4 black MP. So there's a couple of options here that are going to work out for you. If you got Razor Ramon does a black, and he also gives a bleed 50% damage. If you're tripping, when you got this many people, it is what it is. But yeah, if you don't have Carmelo, you could always run Striker Woods, absolutely free. Then when it comes to your move, okay, you don't have Apollo. I'm pretty confident, as I mentioned, you got a couple people here. You could use Io Sky for black move damage and blood +2 MP combined with someone with Nikki Cross. You could do that. You could also go ahead and do a couple concoctions. Giovanni Vinci actually has relevancy here. Who would have freaking thunk it? But no lie, even when it comes to the move damage side, if you wanted to go for the bleed, you got Striker Seth. That's a free-to-play one. China is here because China is technically, she was free to me. Paid the cost to be the boss. But China is new, and she has a pretty cracked ability. Bleed and submission. That's a new combo. So that's a good reason to go after her, right? But even if you didn't have China, and if you don't got Ray Phoenix, you got Kairi Sane, Trickster, and you also have, I believe, you got Kairi Sane, Trickster. You got, for the submission again, you also got Rocky Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. You could do something there. But even if not, you could use Logan Paul for submission buff, or you could use Xavier Woods Showboat for this. Another bleed. So free to play, accessible. I'm showcasing what I like to run and what I'm enjoying, but there are people, like, I'm going to cover everybody that you can utilize for these people, because again, this is for those that are free to play. This is for those that are journeymen, dolphins, and whales. This is all for you, just to help you out. Now, I am also going to cover this too, what makes him great. He may not have a counter. He does have a hardcore move that allows him to deal additional damage against tricksters, which is clutch too. But he has 2 steel MP moves. So if you get your hype into this Austin, all the way up to 4, right? If you go ahead and do that, that basically means even if going into a showdown, going into a feud, going into any setup, right, with where hype mechanic is included, and he gets the rock, paper, scissors dub on that, he can deplete what the MP reduction coaches don't get for yellow and black. So I just want y'all to just know that too. And again, you got concoctions here. You could put this yellow with the black and load this up. You could do that. You could you could literally put the Luthez in, and you can literally put the Luthez in, and then you can load up the Mudhole Stomp and then do the submission. And you can just constantly loop like that. Or you could put this with the yellows. You could steal somebody's yellow, like a Penta, or like a zombie Penta. You could go ahead and go into steal his yellow MP, and then you can get your leech, and then you can blow up the board. So he has reversals without them being reversals. But there was a time where his stuff didn't work. But I'm going to show you how we put in work here. I don't like this gear. My favorite gear setup outside of these, again, the one that's going to be the most challenging possibly to get is the Santa Claus gear. Just wait till Christmas. That's all you got to do. Wait till Christmas. It's going to pop up. You're going to get it left and right. But my favorite, hands down, is always going to be this gear right here. But we're going to go ahead and show you how to run this guy. There's only 2 builds that make sense to me to run him and how to run and gun him. So we're going going to go ahead and hop in here and show you. I do have a plate on them. I got the Rosy plate because I don't have the Bloodsucker Leech Gem Anniversary plate, and which make Leech Gems and then make multiply gems of Strength 8. I do have multiple Leech Gem gem damage skill plates on the silver side, so it is what it is. But first, you're going to go ahead, you hit your bleed, hit the mud hole stomp with it, get it over and done with, boom, rock and roll. Then you're going to set up a set so you can go ahead and get your submission loaded up. So you can do a wild card if you really wanted to, but again, do you really need to? Because the sub's going to load up too. So realistically, this is a guy where you don't need to buy in the extra turn, like to get the swipe. You can literally just load it up because he's going to get loaded up. So now we have the bleed applied once again. We have the middle move, the stunner. We got that loaded again if we needed to do it. And now you just hit the sub. You just hit the sub. It don't matter. One thing is enough. You can load up your black and it's a wrap. That's all you got to do. Literally, you can spread it out, and because he's got it all built in, if the sub turns don't get him, you could go sub damage, but the bleed's going to get him. Like, what are we talking about? There's multiple ways to run this guy. This is literally triple black. I love the triple black. And again, because depending on how you load up and depending on how far the pin bar moves right, you could stack the bleed, applying it even more. And think, if it was against a trickster, it'd be even crazier. All right. So we're going to go back. I'll go up against Sami Zayn just to show you the reversal, so you can, well, quote unquote, the reversal, the counter, right? Basically, we'll showcase that real quick because I believe Sami does use black. We're not swapping out. We are just managing our guy right here. But to think this guy for the longest time literally went without any usability was absolutely heartbreaking to me. But we'll see how, but things change. Who knows who's next up, who's got next. I believe Sami does start off loaded with black, so we will see how that goes. He does have 3 black. So then, like I said, he's fully loaded, right? Boom, hit the mud hole stump. You put your hype into this, 3 and 4. He's going to be able to get this off, right? Just like this. Boom, load up. Don't need no extra MP. Don't need it at all. Armor King would help if you want to go hybrid. So there, load it up again. Then boom. Now, the only thing that I might have miscalculated on this thing, now, Sami, he has the reversal for, okay, he has the reversal for the trap gems. Okay, bad. So I had to double check. I had to do my due diligence and get everything straight, because some zombies, they have it where if you do use the sub, there are consequences and repercussions. So we had to make sure that we were good. So we'll just place another one there. He's going to be done. We're fully loaded up again. It's 9 turns. What's he going to do? If the bleed don't get him, the sub's going to get him. And again, with the multiple trainer and coaching combinations out here, you can beef up the submission damage per turn. You can beef up the bleed. You could do a combination of them. So again, quality of life. You can use him in every format of content. He's covering striker. He's basically free to play. They throw this guy out at you on the mega superstar pulls, and you're probably going to pick him up here and there when you do your armory pulls or your key pulls. So because they're always switching up the rotation from time to time. So that is something to keep in mind when you're using Austin. But my favorite build, and sometimes I look dumb doing it because I just leave the yellow in because the yellow's still a reversal. It can still take away and save me. But triple yellow is my favorite, and that's when we're going to discuss the setup here. Like I said, we got the Rosy plate, and we also got a yellow transfusion. Rosy plate, because we don't have the anniversary leech bloodsucker. Whenever you make 6 or more leech gems, increase your purple or yellow gem damage by 75. Include the fact that you got all the buffs to gem damage from the moments whenever you are able to get them. Gears, moments, and plates take time. They're going to throw superstars at you left and right, but this is a guy that you lock in when you get him and be like, if I don't got a good striker, I know Austin's going to hold me down, just like he held down the Attitude Era. So now you understand with the Rosy plate, the 75% buff, and then with the yellow transfusion, whenever you make 6 or more leech gems, increase your yellow gem damage by 200%. So he is going to hit. Well, Rainbow Transfusion does the same thing. It's 200%. It's a 200%er set. They're 200%er sets, just like the Tama Plate, CM Punk's Gauntlet, Alexa Bliss's backpack. Those are 300%ers. The Rainbows are usually 500%ers. This one for the Leech Gems set, they are all 200%. So it don't matter if you use a yellow or a rainbow, it's going to do the same effect. But for this build, we just bring in the other yellows, so we don't need that one. We're going to put the Spine Buster in, go and replace that, and then we have the Leapfrog Clothesline. And now we go ahead and over to our friendly auto setup, and this is what we're going to run. Now, if y'all go look at me and say, well, Zeke 4-0, I don't have EO, and I don't have Special Edition Cena. Well, let me talk to you. Special Edition Cena can be, it literally drops here and there. There's been plenty of opportunities to pick him up in shards, so meaning that he has a good frequency of being inside prize walls midweek or weekend, so you have chances to accumulate his shards. He is also spotted in certain loots, pay to play or free to play. RNG is RNG, but that does mean that you have a shot at him. EO Sky, yes, you would have to spend disposable income. Maybe you get lucky and get a drop like I was blessed, or you go on a guaranteed loot where she is featured heavy, star rare, star or shard. You have a better shot at getting her. But if not, it is not the end of the world, because you always have Kofi Kingston, and we know that this is a build that's all about yellow gems, right? So then we just pull out the JK. You know, we just pull out the JK combo. Zeke 4-0. What's the JK combo? It's simple. John Cena and Kofi Kingston. Showboat Kofi and Showboat John Cena will get the job done for you, so you don't have to worry about nothing. He's absolutely free. Once again, where are you at, my guy? Where are you at, my boy? He's always floating. When you have so many people, there he is. 45% more yellow gem damage. +2 to yellow. He's going to be fully loaded, right? Austin Theory is basically as long, although he's an S tier, he's been out long enough. You probably got him on your account for you do your Leech Gem. And again, if you want to go for gem damage, I mean, Hall of Fame Taker, he's been spotted in pulls for 12K, I believe, 12K to your yellow gem damage. You also got Striker Seth if you want to go the Leech route. You have Striker Braun. You have Santa Hogan if you got him on your account. So there's Hall of Fame Taker right there. You got Striker Braun. If you got CM Punk, you got Stunning Steve Austin or Muda. Anyone that helps yellow gems, anyone that helps Leech gems. Veer, I know Veer is another character. Yes, he does green gem damage too, but Veer on the trainer side, Leech gems, I believe, do 125% more damage. There are many ways to run this guy, free to play or whaley whale. But this is how I set him up, and he hits. He's going to take him. He's going to do damage. Big Papa Pump, I'm sorry that you got to go through this, but I do this for the love of the game. And I want to show y'all, like, real facts. Austin, I literally just finished watching a documentary on him on the CW about his whole story. And, like, legit, everything that he, regardless of him taking his ball, going home, being selfish, if it weren't for what he did the similar way, when you're the guy at the top, it's easy for everyone who's on the bottom looking up at the top to point the finger. But when you at the top, just like Hogan was, Austin, Rock, Cena, you know what I mean? These guys, Brock, Roman, you know, when you go at that situation, it's different. It's easy for the crew to look at the manager. The manager has to look at everything else. So you got to look at it like you're always got to keep your head on a swivel. Get comfortable being uncomfortable all the time. Because once you get comfortable, that's when stuff starts going downhill. And that's a story that's and a tale that's old as time. So now we got the yellow down. We go ahead. We hit the leapfrog body guillotine. That puts down our Leech gems. Our gems are buffed. Think about it. He is a striker. Glass cannons. They hit hard. His health is still 55 million, y'all. Moments and everything involved. 55 million. But he's going to hit. So now we go ahead and do what we do. If we were going up against someone with black moves, we could have taken it. Easy clap. Now we just turn the majority of the board into yellow, and it's a done deal. If he was down, if he was missing health, his health will be fully healed. If we had a yellow rumble plate, could have ran that interference too. There's a lot of cool shenanigans you could do with this, right? So, and even with the move that you can use, he has a green move that can load up the yellow. You could get a Maze Crown in there. You could use the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, break yellow, get green, or something like that type of concoction, and you can get a Maze Shift Rumble. So that's all I need to say. Like, these videos, a lot of it is me just giving my flowers to somebody. But to see this guy, to know there was a point in time before Summer Champions was a thing, to know that they basically did that 9 years ago, this guy was brought into the game. People were pulling crazy for him to get him at 2-star or 3-star, and he was unusable. No matter how hard we tried. And this was the days he was introduced during a time where there were no trainers yet. We didn't know what trainer abilities were. We didn't know what an entourage was. We weren't that. Showdown was called Versus. You know what I mean? This guy is a timestamp of this game. He has been around so long, and it sat on the roster for so long, and nobody used him. And then finally, a lot of games do this. Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Z, Dokkan Battle, they call them Easy A's, Extreme Z Awakenings. FGO, Fate Grand Order, they have rank up quests. You take old characters and make them powerful. Make them meta relevant. They knocked it out the park with him. Because once they got the ball going, a lot of these gears, like for instance, this gear, and this gear, these gears have been in here for years. Didn't have no relevance. They made no, like for instance, yeah, he had the sub, but he took so long to load up. What was the point of it? What did it matter about this? Then he gets the rework. Now that sub out of the gate, and I didn't even have no submission trainers on him or coaches. 9 turns. And again, a girl like Nikki Cross, Logan Paul, Rocky Johnson, tacked on with that bleed. Unless you're going up against somebody with 1 MP, Austin's keeping them down. This gear got added because of the new WCW Trickster Austin. And so they gave him a gear too to match with it. He's on multiple moments. He got the tributes to the troop because he dressed as Santa. He's got multiple moments. He's free to play accessible. You can build him with any format of account. He can take on any type of content. He has a great niche trainer ability that's universal. It's not a specific color. It's any submission. Especially if you're if you're just getting started free to play, submissions are going to be your best friend. You know what I mean? You get someone and you have a MP4, a submission turn person with damage, and then maybe throw Honky Tonk Man in there to reduce gem color. That's survival. That's playing smart so you can get through what you need to do. And Austin is going to help you. You'll probably pull Austin before you pull Logan Paul, right? So you got to look at it like this. This guy is a great placeholder if you are in hopes of picking up OTC Roman Reigns one day, or Haku, or going after Axe, or Yeet J. There's great strikers. There's plenty of crack strikers, or Dirty Dom. But if not, you're never going to go wrong with the Texas Rattlesnake. Don't trust anybody, but you can trust this guy to carry your account to the moon even. And again, this is all the bells and whistles. I probably didn't cover all the moments that he's on. Probably didn't cover all the plates that he can use. But the point of this video is to showcase to you that you got a giant killer. You got a juggernaut of a striker, an Attitude Era rep covering your husbando requirements. And it's none other than a man who deserves his due for everything that he means to the sport of professional wrestling. Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's on your account probably. You're probably going to pull him soon. He saves you TP because you're going to pull mad shards of him so you can work him up over time, right? You can just move him up every couple talent ups, bundle up of those pulls, get those shards in, and then boom, max them out. Counts towards the talent up. Just rotate the moves out unless they fixed it. Max them out, then let them sit. Then you do some pulls. You might get some fuses of them. Okay, then we'll level them up. Max them out, shard them out, shard them out. That's all you got to do. Some things are worth the wait, and he is worth the wait. He's going to hold you down. Again, a great character, a quality of life roster changer is someone that covers an era in a class, covers husbando and waifu requirements. Stone Cold is a name in this business that rings bells to this day. He's got CSS covered, and he's Stone Cold. Here you go. Okay? You can use his trainer ability. He's got decent niche tag links that could be reworked one day, because they do them. Multiple movesets. He has reversals that aren't reversals. You get him hype 3 or 4. Them steel MPs come through clutch. He's got multiple movesets. And he's got multiple entourage and trainer setups regardless of your account. What else is there to say? I'm going to bring to you characters that are easy to build, worth the investment so you're not regretting putting the time into them. And looking at this, the trend with Austin, looking at the trend with Powerhouse Hogan, looking at the trend with Showboat back in business backs, because I think I messed her up earlier in the video. Forgive me, but Austin will probably get more stuff. 700 plus characters, more entourage abilities to come out, new characters introduced, new plates that come out. New plates that come out, new moments that come out, new gears that come out. Austin has a ton of outfits that we've yet to see in this game. There are tons of moments that Austin was a part of that haven't been put into the game yet. So even right now, he's sitting good, and he's probably going to keep on sitting good. This is what champions need to do. It's one thing to go after characters, the new, chasing the dragon, right? It's another thing to also pay love to characters that have been in this game for so long they got their dessert. So no lie, I'm not even going to lie to you. They've been working on Attitude Era. They've started off all these reworks, official reworks that champions deemed reworks, started with this Austin. They reworked Powerhouse Undertaker. They've reworked Tech Mankind. They reworked Eddie Guerrero. I'm telling you, there's 2 names that need to get reworked if this is going to happen, because they need to fill out the set. Because now that I noticed it, they're basically hitting all, well, we got 2K26 with the Monday Night Wars, right? They got to rework that Powerhouse Triple H, the game. And if anything else, there's 2 ways they could do it, because you got 2 versions of him as a trickster. And I got to say it because as much as I respect Austin, I was a Rock guy. Either rework the Rock Attitude Era trickster, the great one, the one back in the day where you ran the bleed and took care of business, or rework the Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. Multiply gem increase by 1, and there's your set. There's your Attitude Era set. Austin, Taker, Mankind, Triple H, Rock. I mean, there's some other people you could sprinkle in there too, but with how they got people right now, or rework, like if you want to include Tech Angle, that's another one that's there. But there's just so much going on in this game that, no lie, I'm just happy that I got to share this with you. Your account is going to vary. If you're the type of person that's going to be like, got to catch them all, got to collect them all, then yeah, he's going to be a great placeholder for you. He's going to be a great striker that's going to hold you down until your disposable income pays dividends and you get who you want. Or if you don't spend money, yes, depending on where your setup is and how you go about things, Austin's a safe bet that's not going to steer you wrong. And again, like I said, he's self-efficient. The guy literally has gears that help him out. The guy literally you pull shards of him out the wazoo. You're going to be able to get him. You're going to get his gear before you get that featured gear in the armory loot. You know what I'm saying? You're going to pick up certain moments and stuff through faction chats. You're going to pick up certain plates and stuff that are going to cater and accommodate Austin before you get that go-to that you want. He's a safe pick. Safe picks might not be the most exciting picks, but he's someone that is certified and verified to carry any account regardless of its age. And he's been in here for 9 years. And good Lord willing, he's in here for as long as this game keeps running until EOS. So we gotta just look at it like that. But with that being said, hey yo, hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last. Champions do. Mad love and respect to each and every single one of you, of my beloved Champions fam. Like the video, share the video, hype the video, but most importantly of all, if you haven't done so yet, do yourselves a favor by making sure to drop a people's elbow on the subscribe button, as well as hit a razor's edge on the bell icon to receive all future notifications from yours truly, the one and only bad guy of WWE Champions, Zeke 4-0, the most electrifying content creator in WWE Champions Entertainment. I love you all. I respect you all. I'm praying for you all tenfold. Let the good times roll. And always know this, it doesn't matter where you are coming from, what you're going through, or where you are headed. Always know that in my eyes and from the bottom of my heart, you always and forever will be a champion. So, I hope this video helped you all out. It's looking like with how these videos are going, they are going to be sitting around at least 30 minutes or plus, just because I just want to make sure that y'all have everything covered. And again, take what you will with it. If you got other strikers and stuff, I make these videos just to help people. I just want to help you. If you got things and it doesn't help you, cool. Just use it as a refresher. Just something to pick me up later on. If it's something new, cool. I like to just help. This is just, like I said, this is to help out. Free to play, in between, whale, yes, a whales, dolphins are dolphins. That's what it's all about, helping the community and doing my part. And Austin's one of those characters that I am pretty confident that a lot of accounts have. And he's not going anywhere. And he's someone that you can definitely build up. And realistically, as you build him up, you're going to pick more stuff up. And I don't see anyone really looking down at you for taking him. Now, granted, the sub, there are reversals for subs, as I mentioned. Bleed, there could be someone running a bleed immunity strap. Leech gems, there could be a counter for leech gems. So you want to keep certain things in mind here. But other than that, more often than not, don't matter the class, don't matter the situation. This is a guy, like literally, we've gotten to a point in Champions where you can run a whole crew of free-to-play husbandos or waifus to do your feuds, your boss battles, and your titans, and no one would blink an eye at it, because knowing what they can do with the right situation, who's going to bat an eye? Especially at the rattlesnake. So with that being said, y'all, thank y'all so much once again for your time. Quality of life roster changers. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Austin 316, Attitude Era Striker. Reworked. Came back from oblivion, not being usable whatsoever, except for entourage ability, to now moving forward. And now he's valuable as an entourage trainer. He's valuable for content clearing. He's viable for literally just doing anything and everything that you need him to do for you. He's contest superstar but requirement cash. He's attitude era coverage. He's striker class coverage. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, what are we talking about? So with that being said, y'all, until next time, stay tuned. And for all of those out there who know how great this man was and what he represents, I ain't even going to end it how I usually end it. If you know what it is and you know that Stone Cold Steve Austin, hands down, is one of the baddest son of a bitches that ever rolled through WWF, WWE, give me a hell yeah.